So Courtney, I'm looking for a place that has, I don't know, something of a view, because you hear all these beautiful places in St. George and they have views and all that stuff, but where can we find a new development that's happening as we speak with some, I don't know, spectacular views?
I don't know. Let's go for a ride.
So I don't know, you guys, like I think that this might be one of the best views I've actually seen here, because especially for a new development, right? That's the impressive thing, is that you have, I mean, this is just incredible. This is a panoramic view.
Yeah, so you have Pine Mountain in the distance, you have Snow Canyon in the distance, you can see a little tiny bit Zion in the distance.
And if you're looking the other way, you're seeing some of Arizona, like border, like where you have some like canyons as well. So it's kind of incredible.
Yeah, so where are we, Sean?
So we are in Divario, and this is a pretty huge development. I mean, this is a development, I think 3196 technically, so 3,196 homes. Now this, what I mean by homes is not just single family residences, but homes on larger lots of 10,000 square feet or so, homes of 6,000 square foot lots, and then you have duplexes. You even have some little bit of high density stuff, so some condominiums and townhomes. So you have a little bit of everything here. So it's just this huge, just massive development.
Yeah, meaning planned for here. It's in the process of being built, right?
As we can see.
We're about, I don't know, you never can tell.
Halfway or so.
Halfway. You never know how long things actually take. I guess the plans are halfway done, but we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and actually, this has been in the works for a couple decades, actually, where it was planned as a golf course community initially. Then that kind of started falling out of favor because honestly, St. George already has a ton of them. I mean, the St. George region has a lot of golf courses already, and obviously that's a lot of maintenance, right? And it's a lot of land and maintenance here. And then for golf courses, so they kind of rephased that. They actually called it, I believe, the Lakes. And that was obviously going to have a lot of water features. And as you can imagine, I think that started to kind of lose favor because water is kind of an important resource, especially in an area, in a desert of some sort.
Yeah, so really what they've done is they have really decided to build the community using the natural beauty of the landscape. So it's connected to 200 acres of hiking trails, mountain biking trails. There's a lot of stuff that is planned around all of the activities that people can do. There's a climbing spot, and there's
canyons, mountain bike riding.
Yeah, there's going to be
running, hiking,
mountain biking events here. I think the main mountain biking loop is 50 miles, so you just direct access to it. So
yeah, and also when actually we're talking about 200 acres, so the whole development is about 730 acres, and they've devoted 200 acres of that to these outdoor activities, which they will eventually be I don't want to call it donating, but like they're going to be, it's going to be donated to the BLM, which is the Bureau of Land Management. So this is going to be more, so that area is going to be more set to be undeveloped, pristine, and for, again, outdoor activity type things. Now, there's way beyond 200 acres of outdoor activity to do. That's just within this development.
Yeah, there's so much BLM land just directly adjacent to this little community.
So before we continue, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Sean Dezad.
And I'm Courtney Dezad.
And I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Utah. And if you're watching this channel, you might be thinking, wow, Sean, I just love these spectacular views. I love the views of Pine Mountain. I love the views of the Red Rocks. I just love all this stuff, and I can't wait to move out here now. The problem is I'm not local and maybe even out of state, so I don't know what to do. So I totally get that. That's why you reach out to us so we can have that conversation and find out specifically what you're looking for, because we work with a team that has over 40 years of experience here in St. George, Utah, so we can really be your boots on the ground to find that perfect home for you. So what you want to do is when you give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country. So we're kind of in between Santa Clara and St. George. They call it the Gap.
The Gap.
Between.
Not the store, not Gap Girls, but the Gap.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually fairly centrally located, I feel like. And we'll show you on this video just how close you are to stores and, kind of the main one of the main shopping drags in St. George.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because it is off in a corner. So you go, okay, so it's way out there and you have to wait for infrastructure, like in schools, grocery stores, shopping, all that stuff. but actually it's really pretty close, like for
yeah.
being as far away like as it feels.
Yeah.
It's really not that far away at all. Actually, you want to tell us how close we are to downtown St. George?
Yeah, so that's the thing. They really wanted to create this community so you feel like you're far away. You know, you're in your own little sanctuary, but you're really not. You're so close to everything. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. Yeah, so you're only 3 miles from downtown.
Yeah. No, it's 6 miles.
Oh, sorry. You're only 6 miles from downtown.
Yeah, so about 14 minutes away. That's the ongoing joke in St. George, is that everything's about 15 minutes away from everything. So, and then beyond that, you have a lot of more shopping options and that kind of stuff, like your normal day-to-day stuff, really pretty close by, actually.
Yeah, so you're really close to several grocery stores. You're really close to a lot of the main shopping in Santa Clara as well as St. George. So you kind of have the best of both worlds.
And as far as if you are into golfing, you know, well, I guess one of the reasons why they didn't probably need to develop a golf course is that there's a golf course actually just like not even a mile away from here.
Yeah.
It's like next door to it. It's called Sunbrook. And actually it's a cute and it's a nice golf course. And so you have that already here. So why develop all that and then increase the cost even that much more, or how much that much less land?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and also we're actually gonna like post an image where there's actually a lot of builders. There's probably a good 10 or so builders that are actually developers that are, you know, buy up these lots and then they build it their way. So you're not stuck with one, because maybe we've actually had people reaching out to us. They don't like one specific builder or another specific builder, so that, you know, obviously that can eliminate certain developments. What's nice about Divario is that you actually have a lot of builders here. And obviously, like, so they broke ground, I want to say about 4 years ago in this thing. So this is still, you know, this was projected at the time to be at least a 10-year project, if not more. So, so there's new construction. So there's obviously homes that are, you know, relatively new that are for sale, like pre-existing homes. But obviously there's also a lot of new construction taking place here too. And what I'll say to that is that, you know, whether you work with us or work with another agent, you really want to have representation, because really understand, like, and if you're going to the builder, you don't necessarily want to buy it from the builder directly, because like the sales rep's not working on your behalf. They know where, you know, how their bread's buttered, so they are going to be looking out for the builder's best interest. Our job is to, you know, by representing you, is to look out for your best interest, making sure that the builder's delivering on what they promised to do and in a timely manner as well. So that's, you know, that's what you want someone on your side. You want someone that actually will still, like, you know, recommend doing a home inspection, even though it sounds kind of crazy, but actually it is nice to have a home inspection done, because sometimes mistakes happen. And, you know, hey, think about a car, right? A car, not a brand new car doesn't necessarily have zero issues. Sometimes you do need to go to the dealership to get it serviced. And so you want to avoid any of that heartache as much as possible by having a home inspector checking it out. In fact, actually a friend of ours, they bought a home and they didn't get a home inspection done. And it was like a $4 million home, and the pipe burst in the basement and flooded it. And it was one of those like live-in basements. So huge costs that could have been possibly avoided. So it's just one of those things where we want to make sure that as much as possible you avoid heartache from any of this stuff. And so now we're going to be heading through, like, actually, you know, Sunbrook. So we're actually can see, you probably can't see it. To our right is actually a little bit of Sunbrook golf course right here. We're gonna actually be like, so we're leaving the community right now as we speak. And again, this is gonna be, when it's done, it's gonna be pretty spectacular. And actually, they have, I believe that was it 26 acres of commercial.
Yeah, about 26 acres of commercial space as well for the development.
Yeah, so you're gonna have a lot. This is pretty not self-contained, but it's gonna have a lot of options just within this community itself.
Yeah, so you can see that we're going through the Sunbrook community right now. That's the golf course community. And we're going to just be taking you to Lynn's, which is a grocery store, just to show you, you know, just how, you know, you're so close to everything, but yet you feel so far away in your own little, you know, calm little space.
Yeah, it is interesting how relatively close you are to things. I mean, you're about 4.5 or so miles away from the 15 freeway, so you're not that far off the freeway itself. And obviously, the 15 freeway is a big interstate freeway where you're going, you know, if you want to go to Las Vegas in an hour and 45 minutes, you can do that. Or if you want to go up to Salt Lake City, you could do that as well. It just kind of, so yeah, this is the golf course right here. And as far as like grocery stores, so we're just going to be going again, kind of to some of the, again, retail like strip that's really close by here. And Lynn's is like a shopping center, like a grocery store that, you know, is one of the more popular ones. But there's Smith's, which is, I believe it's Kroger, right? I believe it's Smith's is a Kroger brand, so if you're familiar with it, it's a nationwide brand. And also another one is Harmon's. That's a kind of a Whole Food light kind of thing. It's not quite as big and sprawling as Whole Foods, but they offer a lot of the same things. You have some organic options and those kind of things. Lynn's actually does a little bit of that too.
Yeah, and the Harmon's that you're closest to here, that's the Harmon's in Santa Clara. It's a new one, and it's really nice. They have a lot of great things there. They even have cooking classes there. I really like that store, so.
Yeah, and their food, their quality is good.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, Harmon's is definitely a little bit more expensive.
For sure.
But, you know, I guess, you know, when you're paying for quality, goes with the territory. And then, yeah, we're going to be heading, so the closest main road to all this, to the Divario development, is Dixie Drive. So this is actually the exit you would be taking to either get on or off the freeway.
So yeah, now we're heading in the direction of Santa Clara. So we're heading north.
So yeah, so we're in the gap.
Yes, we're in the gap between St. George and Santa Clara.
And Santa Clara is a totally different feel than St. George. So it's interesting. So St. George and I would say the city of Washington, they kind of bleed together where there's not much distinct, like separating one from the other as far as like attributes. Santa Clara's got a totally different feel to it.
Yeah, it does. It definitely has a lot of small town charm. Not that St. George doesn't, but I love the main street that it has with all the old fruit stands and the cute, charming little buildings. So it's a really nice little town for sure. Yeah, and you can see the Red Rock just up ahead in the distance. As you keep going north, heading towards Santa Clara and Ivins, then you really start seeing the Red Mountain, which is just spectacular.
Yeah, Ivins is really cool. I mean, like from that perspective, I mean, the views, like we kind of talked about this in other videos. Kayenta is this development that's out there, this community, and the views are just spectacular. I mean, it's breathtaking.
It is.
And I mean, I'm not even like joking. It actually really is.
It really is. Yeah, you kind of just don't even think it's real.
Yeah, so we're on Dixie right now. So now we're about to, so that light right up ahead, that's Sunset Boulevard. So it's not as big of a shopping corridor or retail corridor as River Road, but it's kind of more like this, probably the second largest one, I would say.
Yeah.
So this is where you'll have a Home Depot along here. You have Lynn's. I think Albertsons is here too. Oh, Albertsons literally right here.
Albertsons right there. We're going to the Smiths, but there's an Albertsons.
No, you're going to Lynn's.
Oh, sorry. We're going to Lynn's, but there's an Albertsons right there.
Yeah, so again, lots of, again, your normal shopping options, Walgreens, McDonald's.
Yeah, so you can see just how close you are to major retail stores. I mean, you're right in the thick of it, just right here. Yeah,
that was actually, it was funny because when this was first being developed, I was going, that feels like it's way out there. It's gonna be like 15 minutes to just go to the grocery store. And then you kind of like type in, you're like, oh, it's like Sunset's like right there. Okay, never mind. I mean, it's kind of amazing actually that it's this massive development. But it feels like it's out, like in the middle of nowhere, but you're so close to a lot of other things. And actually, Sand Hollow Aquatic Center is right here too.
Yeah.
And the Pizza Factory, that's a popular little place to go.
Factory.
Their breadsticks are pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, so just showing you how close you are. So you kind of have the best of both worlds. You have access to pristine BLM land, and then you have access to one of the major commercial centers of St. George.
And golf, if that's what you're into, is literally the development next door to you. So you have so much going on right here. It's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
And remember, I am a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Utah. So as much as we love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you want to do is when you give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country.